Good morning. How are you diddling? Excellent. Me too. Thank you very much for asking. Thank you very much for joining me, whatever platform you're watching on. This is another episode of Dazed and Confused. It's Monday, the start of a brand new week. How are you feeling? Did you have a good weekend? Did you do anything nice? Hope you did. I did lots of lovely stuff with the family, and as always, made sure I was putting out my content on social media because, as always, as I keep telling you, you never know who new audience members could be on a weekend because new people are using social media on a weekend who wouldn't normally use it during the week. Anyway, where are we this morning? We are on Twitter, Periscope, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram Live as well. So if you want to say hello, whatever platform you're watching on, drop it into the comments, say hello, let me know that you're out there, let me know that you're breathing. We're going to be talking today about the fact that we are celebrating the first man on the moon. Whether you think it really happened or not, we're going to be talking about the moon landing, not specifically the moon landing, but how I've tied it back into social media, and also answering your social media and video questions as well. So if you've got anything that you want to ask about social media or video, now is the time. Get your questions in right now, early on in the broadcast. We have a few to go through. If anybody else gets in there before you, your question might not get answered today. So if you want anything answering today, let me know and we'll do our best to answer as many of them as we possibly can do. And so, yeah, we're just going to get started today. We're going to talk about the fact that it is National Moon Day, which is to celebrate the very first man on the moon, Neil Armstrong, and to celebrate the second man as well, Buzz Aldrin. Let's face it, it's always Neil Armstrong. You always forget about Buzz, even though he was there as well. So we'll celebrate those guys. Absolutely, we'll raise a glass to them later on, look at the moon maybe. But what I want to ask you, and this is something I talk about on a regular basis, is what can you do for free with your content? Free is my favorite four-letter word. Do not get me wrong. But today we're going to talk a little bit about spending money, because how can you make your content look out of this world if you are not putting any level of budget behind it? Sometimes the value you've got to give can be out of this world, which is amazing, absolutely. But if you are trying to draw customers in, sometimes a customer costs a certain amount of money to get into the business because they will make more money. There's people I've spoken to in the past where a customer will cost them thousands of pounds to gain them as a customer because they'll make tens of thousands of pounds once they've got them as a customer. So it makes an offset worth actually making. So how much is a customer worth to you? And how much money do you put behind your social media advertising? That is a big question for a lot of brands, a lot of businesses, small and large, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, big brands, big businesses. How much is a customer worth to you? What is your niche? And how much is that particular person or that particular business worth to you as a business? So if it's worth £10,000, is it worth spending £2,000 to get content created properly so that actually you're hitting right? Because the question is, if you're already doing social media advertising and it's not working, what is it about the advertising that isn't working? Are you not targeting it properly? Maybe you need to speak to a digital agency about that. Or maybe the content itself isn't quite right. So you maybe need to speak to an agency about that. But you wouldn't know that unless you're spending any money, and you need to spend money to gain money. It's the old adage of speculate to accumulate. So what are you doing to make your content out of this world? That is my big question to you this morning. This is one I want you to start thinking about. How are you putting content out that is paid for? Don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about the organic content, which I normally talk about. I'm talking about the paid for content. What are you doing with your paid for content that is making it out of this world? Is it the creative that's making it out of this world? Is it the message behind it? Is it who you're targeting it at? Whatever it is that you're doing, are you making sure it's absolutely right? Have you got it right? If you've got it right, brilliant. Quid's in. You're getting customers from it and maybe even saving some money. To get a customer in would maybe normally cost you £1,500, but you're doing it on social media, so it's costing you £150. Awesome. Keep doing it, because obviously you're going to get a bigger amount of profit there, but not everybody is in that position. Not everybody's in that situation. So I want to reach out to you right now and just tell you that actually sometimes spending money is a necessary evil. I'm not a big fan of spending money. I'm a Yorkshireman. I do like my stuff for free, absolutely. But sometimes you have to speculate to accumulate. Sometimes you have to spend a bit of money, whether it be on advertising, whether it be on print, whether it be on newspapers, whatever it is, you have to maybe spend that money to get that business back in again. I know a lot of brands and a lot of businesses who will hold free workshops where they get people to come to the free workshop. They advertise them through social media, put a lot of money behind it because they know they can convert maybe 2 or 3 of those people into customers, which will pay for the advertising and then some. So you've got to think about how it works for your business. And obviously, it's very specific to each business. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you how you should be doing it for your business. If you want to know how you should be doing it for your business, drop me an email. We can have a chat. We can have a consultation. But that's not what I'm here about. I just want you to understand that sometimes you have to spend money. Sometimes it hurts me to say you have to reach into your pocket, pull your wallet out, and pay a bit of cash. And I am all about the free. I'm all about giving the value. I'm all about helping as many people as you possibly can without it costing those people anything, with generic value that you can give and then charge them for your services or the one-to-one consultations or whatever. But there comes a point where you have to spend some money. There comes that point where what you're doing on social media organically isn't enough. You've given all that value. You've got them to that point where they love you, they love what you've got to say, they love the content that you're putting out, but what is going to take them over the edge? What is going to push them over the edge? And sometimes it just needs to be that gentle nudge, that actual fact of, don't forget, we're a business and you can buy our services. Some people just forget. It's like when it comes to putting content on YouTube or Instagram or anywhere else, sometimes people forget. Which is why a lot of brands and businesses and a lot of people who are big on YouTube and other platforms at the start of their content will actually say, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Because people forget. Don't forget to hit the like button. Because people forget. It's why at the end of every broadcast I say, don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and hit that share button if you've not before and you think your audience will get value from this content. So think of it that way, and that, okay, they might not really remember the fact I'm a business. They might just see all the value I'm giving for free and just see me as a free place to go for advice and then go and spend money with somebody else. Well, you don't want that. You've given them all this free advice. Now just help nudge them along with some real expertly created creative so that you can nudge them into spending a bit of money with you. So hopefully, you're going to start thinking about now taking your content to the next level, taking it out of this world, taking it to the moon and back, whatever you want to do. Whoa, we're in a rocket, just like Peter Kay would say. But hopefully you're going to get to a point now where you're going to start doing something more creative with your content, take it out of this world, and then actually really hit home hard and potentially get more customers. And I know people hate this aspect of, well, it's social media. Why should I spend any money? Because you're not an expert at it. You don't understand the ins and outs of behind the scenes. Now, you might have got it right. Brilliant. Keep doing what you're doing. But for those of you who haven't got it right, you've done it maybe a few times on Facebook, or you spent some money on LinkedIn adverts and they've not worked. There's a reason they've not worked. And you need to sit down with either an expert in the creative aspect, or you need to sit down with somebody who's an expert in LinkedIn advertising and help them get them to go through your advert with you and go, well, the reason it's not working is because the wording on the creative was this, and then you're hitting this particular niche and you've not really done it properly. And so, yeah, there's also ways of learning yourself. So you've got a bit of an inside knowledge. So you can go onto YouTube and Google and things like that and search for advice on this and go away and learn it. But sometimes that's not always possible. So think about spending some money. And yeah, I'm the last person to say go away and spend cash when I'm very much into free content, but sometimes it is that necessary evil, like I say. Okay, we're going to answer a few of your questions. For those of you who've maybe just joined us, if you don't know who I am, I'm Simon Scholes. I'm the founder and creative director of Perception Studios, and I help brands and businesses create content that really helps them stand out on social media, be it video, animation, aerial work, photography, graphics, all sorts of different types of stuff. But along with that, a few years ago, it became very obvious to me that not every brand, not every business had the endless budgets of money to make content all the time. They might have enough to put money behind some advertising, but not the consistent content that they need to be going out on social media every single day to have a presence. So I came up with a process. I called it How to 9 Times Your Social Media. I turned it into a former #1 book on Amazon. You can download that book right now for free. Go and click on the link in the section below. And yeah, it just takes you through the whole process of how to create content and save time creating content as well, which I think is most important to a lot of people. Time is very precious. And we've all learned this more over the last few months during this crazy period of time that we've been in. So these broadcasts, I just want to try and answer as many of your questions as I possibly can do. So we're just going to dive straight in, answer as many as we can, say hello to as many people as we possibly can do as well. And yeah, just get cracking. Hello to Faith Ruto, who's just joined us on Instagram Live. Right, first question. Let's have a quick see if there's anything else there. No, not yet. Salim is asking, I make at least 40 TikToks a day, but I don't know what I can do to take advantage of this opportunity because it's not quite getting me the audience I thought it was. What am I doing wrong? You're creating 40 TikToks a day, Salim. That's what you're doing wrong. That's too much. Now, I am all for creating lots and lots of content, but there's only so much value you've got to give away. 40 TikToks a day is just a little bit overkill. You're saturating the audience that you have to the point where they're going, I just don't want to be seeing this stuff from this guy all the time. Unsubscribe. And also the platforms seeing that and also seeing that you're not getting the audiences to each piece of content. So you're effectively not popping up into the algorithm and it's just not working for you. Little tip for everybody here. Everybody ends up on the For You page when they first post a piece of content. If you've never used TikTok, this is a special page that is basically content specifically for you, but you always end up on the For You page. If you make a piece of content, you will always be on the For You page, but what they look at is how that piece of content is engaged with over time. A bit like other platforms, LinkedIn work on a point system, Facebook work on interactions, so do YouTube. Well, this is exactly how TikTok works as well. If they don't see you getting the interactions that you feel you deserve, well, so be it. You've got an audience of 1,000 people and 3 people have seen it in the first hour, then they don't push your content out any further. So then you don't get seen and you fall off the For You page. So what you want to be doing, Salim, is just scaling it back a little bit. 40 TikToks a day is just too many. Cut it back down to about 10 and think about the value that you're giving. What is the value that your audience is going to get from your content? Really niche it down. Charlie D'Amelio works so well because she dances. That's all she does. She doesn't try to pretend to be anything else. She's not a comedian or anything like that. She does dances, and that's why people watch her content. And so that's what you've got to start thinking about is what is the niche, who is your avatar, and then dial back down into that so that you're creating content specifically for them, and it will make a huge, huge difference to your content. So I just got a little visitor. Hello, little visitor. Hello. Yes. Okay, so Salim, hopefully that helps, and you're going to just scale it back a little bit. 40 is just mega overkill. Okay, so yeah, just watch out for how many you're making. Okay, next question. Let's see if there's anybody else joined us. Hello to Steve. Does it pay to invest in all these webinars, mentors, programs, etc.? Okay, I'm not going to answer this question for the simple reason I think there's somebody else who's better to answer it than I am. So I'm going to direct you to somebody. I'm going to put their link in the section below in the description. For me personally, no. It is not worth paying for all these webinars and programs and everything else. Mentors and coaches, completely different kettle of fish. However, all the other stuff, all these courses and everything else like that, selling the magic pill for your industry, usually bullshit. So yeah, coaches and mentors is a completely different kettle of fish. I would say yes, you always need a coach or a mentor to help keep pushing you, keep you accountable, all that kind of stuff. However, the other stuff, I'm going to recommend you go and watch a guy called Mike Winnett, and he calls out a lot of what he calls contrepreneurs rather than entrepreneurs, and his content is fantastic. He interviews a lot of very interesting people, and so yeah, I'm going to say go and watch his stuff. I think he's very interesting, and very clever about how he goes about asking particular questions. He's spent a lot of money in the past going on these events so that he can give you an honest answer. He had a business and he sold it for a lot of money, and he's been able to spend some of that money trying to help people like yourselves maybe not make the same mistakes. And he wasn't making these mistakes by mistake. He was making them on purpose so that he could help you with the information, so that he could say, actually, you know what, this person's pretty good. And he's not going to just diss somebody for the hell of it. And he doesn't diss people openly either. But yeah, Mike Winner, I'll link him up in the section below after this podcast, after this live video, whatever you're watching, listening to. Definitely go and check him out. Okay, hello to Faith, who's just joined us, and she's downloaded the ebook as well. Fantastic. Hopefully you get some value from it. Right, we're going to move on to our final question that's come through so far. If you do have any questions, whatever platform you're watching on, stick them in the comments. We'll do our best to answer them. Moi Moi has asked a question saying, what is an effective way to connect with people on LinkedIn and do more than just your typical networky stuff? What are your thoughts on sending personalized invite notes on LinkedIn? Okay, it really depends on who your avatar is. If your avatar, your niche, your perfect customer is such a small audience on LinkedIn, like, I don't know, maybe in the hundreds, then 100% personalized messages might be the way to go. However, my thought process is, if you know who your avatar is, your niche is, you do the search for that particular niche, you get all the results, and then you just connect to as many of them as you possibly can do. Because there's a lot of people out there to be sending personalized messages to, and you don't necessarily have the time to do that. So what I would do is just connect with as many of them as you possibly can do. This is just my personal point of view. There are a few thought processes behind this. This is just mine. Connect to as many of them as you possibly can. See who then is consuming your content and reacting to it and interacting with it, leaving comments, maybe likes, possibly even sharing your content. And then eventually, when you get to a certain point, you reach out and you say, thanks ever so much for liking so much of my content. What is it that you like about it? You're not going in for that hard sell. Social media, as always, is not about the hard sell. You cannot go in with that hard sell anymore. You'll just piss people off. That's why people complain consistently on LinkedIn about connecting with somebody and then immediately getting that sales message. Oh, did you know I do Forex trading? Do you want to No, piss off. So you've got to get it right. But for me, connect with as many people as you possibly can. If you've got thousands of people in your niche who use LinkedIn, connect with as many of them as you possibly can do each and every single day, and then just see who interacts with your content, see who's enjoying your content, and then reach out to them and just find out what it is they're liking about your content. Start that engagement. You're trying to build a level of an emotional connection. People buy an emotion and will not buy if they don't like you. They won't interact with your content if they don't like you. So hopefully that level of start of emotional connection there already, and all you're going to do is just build on it. And they're going to like more of you if you're not selling to them instantly, if you're just finding out what they like about your content, what kind of content they're putting out themselves because you've maybe missed it or what have you. And just keep building that connection between you and them before you start then going, maybe there's something I can help you with. But don't do that straight away, because it's proper cringe. And it's just going to turn people off. So many people hate that instant sales message. You search through LinkedIn right now, people truly hate being sold to straight away. Pretty much hate being sold to at all, but straight away is just a massive no-no. Okay, right. We've gone through all our questions that have come in. Let's have a quick check, see if anybody has asked anything on any of the platforms. No, but there's a few people saying hello. Hello to Ed, Miles, and Chris, and some of the guys from the 11s hour. Thanks for joining us. And so, yeah, I think we'll call it a day there. I think it's been a good one to help celebrate the first man on the moon. Was it 1969, wasn't it? Something like that. I think that's right. July 20th, 1969, first man on the moon. And so, yeah, I want you to start thinking about your content. How are you going to take it out of this world? Are you going to have to talk to a creative agency? Are you going to have to talk to experts in specific fields because your advertising's not been working? If you do, just reach out to them and talk to a few of them. Just see who can help you the most. Don't forget, Google exists as well. You can get some advice on there too. Anyway, right, I'm going to shoot off. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Monday. It's beautiful sunshine outside where I am. Hopefully it's nice where you are as well. If you're watching on the live or on video right now, please do hit the subscribe button. And don't forget, whatever platform you're on, maybe move your mouse or your thumb ever so slightly to one side and click that share button as well. Try and help as many people consume this content as possible. If you think your audience will get value from what I talk about on my daily lives, on my live videos, on my normal breakdown videos, all that kind of stuff, then share this content with them. Hopefully then they can dive in and start asking questions themselves, get some answers that they need to. Okay, thanks for watching. Until Wednesday, when I will be back again. Stay safe and have a good Tuesday and a good rest of your Monday as well. See you soon. Bye.